So what's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Stick around for today's video. It's new bike time. We all like that. The Africa Twin has gone and I've got its replacement. We got a new steed in the garage. So stick around for this one. You might like it, you might not. Don't really care. My bike, my rules.
Ay, 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 go crazy.
Welcome back. How you doing? Is it all good? Good. I'm glad. Well, let me explain the little thing before I reveal the bike, before I get into it. I just want to say it's probably not what you expected. I think one person has guessed it correctly. Nobody else, just one. Everyone's saying a new Africa Twin, but 100% not happening. I'm not getting a new Africa Twin. And that kind of put people off because I said it was about the 19-inch front wheel. And on the Africa Twin, it was about the 19-inch front wheel. An Africa Twin with a 19-inch front wheel, to me, is like having a CRF 250 with a 19-inch front wheel. Just doesn't marry. I know it's going to be a better road bike, but I didn't really want to go down that road. So, I haven't gone 21-inch front wheel either on this one. Yeah, I know. Basically, the way I was thinking is I want tubeless tyres. I wanted a 21-inch front wheel, but there was nothing out there with a 21-inch front wheel that I really fancied. There's loads of good bikes, but none of them really floated my boat. Anyway, that's enough of me rabbiting on. Let's introduce you to the new bike. So there you go, NX 500. How many of you guessed that? One. That's all. So well done to you. I don't know if you had a little bit of inside information. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but you got it right. So we've got a red NX 500. Now in another video, I'll explain exactly why I went for this. But let's just say I've had two of these 500s before, the CB500X, and it's still got CB500X written on the VIN number under the seat of these. For those of you who are wondering what the difference between the CB500X and the NX is, it's the front fairing and a name and a few tweaks, that's all. But it's essentially a CB500X. I've got some aftermarket bits for this. So we've got Oxford heated grips at the moment. We've got the Barkbusters VPS. I've got, what else have I got? I've got the Denalis that came off of the Africa Twin. I've got the Honda crash bars at the front here. And down the bottom here we've got the SW Motec bash plate, because you've got to protect all this, you see, so it just gives it a little bit more protection, and it goes into the frame here rather than attaches to little bolts around the side. Some of the cheaper ones, they just attach to little bolts, so as soon as you hit anything like a pebble, it will just fall off basically. So we've got that. I'm trying to take the exhaust off the Africa Twin. Hopefully that's all nice and dandy and clean. I'll give that a clean up. I'll get the link pipe and we'll be putting a fuel exhaust on this. I've got a rack not coming just yet, but I'm going to order probably the SW Motec rack for this, the street one like I've got on the CL500. Get rid of these, get the quick release panniers, and then use my Krieger stuff on that for travel. I've also got, what else have I got? I've got double take mirrors at home that these need to come off. I'm going to put double take mirrors on here. And I know what you're thinking, why are you doing all that to an NX 500? Well, there's reasons for that, people. There's reasons. When I've got an adventure bike, I like to do adventure-y stuff. I like to do gravelly roads. I'm not going to do obviously motocross tracks with this because it has got a 19-inch front wheel and they're cast, so I'm not going to go mad, but we're going to change the tyres as well. We're probably going to go with Dunlop Trail Max Raids, but at the moment I'm just running it in. We've got 600 miles, we're going to run it in and then we'll do some more stuff to it. But here she is, the NX 500 in red, because red is obviously faster, we all know that. So tell me what you think downstairs in the comment sections. Be nice. It's not about size, you see. It's not all about size and spending loads of money. I really bloody like this bike. The CB500X got under my skin when I had two of them, and when I test rode this a few months back, it got under my skin again. So it's back on the channel. We're basically back to where we started. If you remember the channel from back in the day, I mean, if you were one of the OG subscribers, you'll remember that I started off on a red CB500X. So we've come full circle and we're back here on the CB500X, sorry, NX500 CBFR, whatever it's called. We're going back to our roots, my friends, and that's one of the reasons I bought it. I just felt a little bit nostalgic for when I first started this YouTube malarkey, and I thought, let's go back and live a little. Can I live with a small bike? Well, only time will tell. Fingers crossed I can, and my ego won't get in the way and I won't crave all that power, because the Africa Twin is a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, a lot noisier and a lot more aggressive, and I bloody love that bike. So this is a bit of a risk. Will it work out? Who knows? If it doesn't, I'll just sell it and buy something else. So it's not the end of the world, but I've got plans for this, so I'm pretty sure it will. And yeah, good times are coming. Good times are coming. Right, so we've got to stop off on the way home, get a little bit of fuel. We've only got one bar. I mean, it's not flashing, so we should have plenty. I only live about 20 miles away. I've done about 2 miles since the shop, so I haven't done a lot basically. A quick shout out to Roadskin. I've got their gloves on, and I don't know if you can see that, their jacket. I shall leave a link to this downstairs in the descriptions box, so go and check them out, Roadskin. They're kind enough to send me this jacket and gloves, and now the sun's come out, this stuff makes good sense. It's really good quality stuff, and I'm not saying that because they gave it to me. If I thought it was rubbish, I wouldn't bloody put it on my skin. Hopefully I'll never have to test how abrasive resistant it is, fingers crossed, but I've been told it's pretty good. They do rigorous testing on this stuff, so yeah, check it out downstairs in the descriptions box. Roadskin, really loving this stuff so far. Fully armored up, nice jacket you can wear to the pub, or you can just wear out and about, and it doesn't look too bikey. Great stuff. Really appreciate it, Roadskin. I love you, my friends. Right, let's get on. What I might also get for this bike is a set of bar risers, just to bring it up, probably 10 mil, not too much, just to make it a little bit better when you're standing up, because when I stand up I'm quite tall and the foot pegs are quite high. I'm not sure if you can drop them down slightly. I probably won't bother with that, because this is going to spend most of its life on road. That's the plan. 10% of it off, 90% on. And as I said before, I did look at all sorts of other bikes, from Suzuki, the V-Strom DE800. I looked at the Transalp. What else did I look at? As I said before, the World Raid from Yamaha. I looked at KTM's. I was tempted by the new BMW GS, the 900. There was all sorts of bikes I was tempted with, but I didn't fall in love with. And that's the problem. It's a lot of money to spend if you're not in love with a bike. I've actually got more feelings for this bike than any other bike out there. I know that's strange, but a bike gets under your skin, it gets into your soul, and that's what the little CBs have done. So I thought I'd take a punt, get rid of the Africa Twin. I know, I do some bizarre things, I understand, but get rid of the Africa Twin for a little NX 500. There was one bike that did float my boat and ticked every box, but it was bloody expensive, and that was the Ducati Desert X, and I spec'd it up with all the bits on it, and it looked absolutely fantastic. I was basically wetting myself over that bike, but could I justify that, which is well over £10,000 more than this? Nah. You never know, if my YouTube grows, one day I might be able to afford that sort of thing. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, get down there and subscribe. It's bloody free. What are you waiting for? I might have to do something about this screen as well. It buffets me a little bit. Hits the crash helmet right under the peak. And for those of you haters downstairs going, you said you wouldn't get a 19-inch front wheel bike. I didn't say that. I said I wouldn't get a 19-inch front wheel on an Africa Twin. That's what I said. Pay attention. 19-inch wheels are fine if you're doing predominantly road, which I'm going to be doing. And I did buy this bike with a few trips in mind as well. I wanted to plan some trips later in the year, and I thought this bike would be absolutely brilliant for it. So that's another reason I've got this bike. It's got a great tank range. I think from this 17-litre tank you can get over 250 miles, maybe even more. Only time will tell with that, with my fat backside on it. So I wanted tubeless tyres, a big tank range, comfortable, cheap to run, and reliable. I'm trying to be sensible, you see. That's what I'm trying to do. It doesn't happen often, but we're going to have a go. So on that note, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. For the person that guessed right, well done, fantastic, NX500. For the rest of you, don't be too shocked. I do strange things. It's a bloody good bike. I love it. Don't feel sorry for me. It's one of the best bikes I'm ever going to own. I have no doubt about that. And I've got some plans. We have got some plans. Me and the little NX. I think we're going to have a good year. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can get the drop on these videos. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get gone.